when I was a senior in high school, my then girlfriend was getting a car for her birthday. And her dad and I kind of conspired to do this big reveal with the car in the driveway. And so I was walking her out to the driveway and I said under my breath, please don't forget about me. And I said it with this stupid puppy dog face. I can see this like it was yesterday. This puppy dog face. I was genuinely scared. I was terrified that she was going to get this car and leave me and find her best life, leave my ass in the dust. And looking back, she felt so conflicted. On the one hand, this is one of the biggest days of her life, you know, in a young person's life. Getting a car, it's a big deal. On the other hand, she felt the need to placate me and maybe hide some of her enthusiasm because I was terrified and jealous. So when I look back on other relationships like that, because it became a pattern in other relationships as well, other girls, where I would be threatened in her enthusiasm. Great news at work, a good act that she did, something that bolstered her confidence, like that would be a threat to me, and I would be jealous and resentful. And I look back on one of the biggest root causes is from my father. When I was growing up, he never wanted to be.
A lot of men will not want to see you accomplish a goddamn thing in life because they fear the fact that they may get abandoned. They will see you get your college degree. They will see you buy your first home. They will see you get a brand new car, and automatically they will deem it as a threat because they now see that they will be in competition with your happiness. And they are going to be afraid that they're going to get abandoned just like how their father abandoned them. Most men struggle in relationships with women because a lot of them have daddy wounds and a lot of them have abandonment wounds from their father not wanting to be a part of their life. A lot of men are struggling with the fact that even if their father was under the same household as them, they didn't want to talk to their son. They didn't want to be involved with their son. They did not want to be active with their son. So when these men get into a relationship with women, anything that you do that makes you happy reminds them of the fact that their father chose alcohol over them. Their father chose gambling over them. Their father chose another family over him. That is what's getting mirrored in your behavior that he is feeling intimidated by and that he's feeling threatened by. A lot of men want you to shrink yourself down. That way they don't have to feel the uncomfortable feeling of revisiting the abandonment wounds that they have from their father. I honestly believe that about 90% of men are struggling from abandonment wounds from their father. This is the reason why when they see that women don't behave in a certain way that they want us to, they claim that we're the ones with trauma. When in reality, it's a projection like most things with men. They're the ones with trauma. You would never want someone to shrink someone down because you should care more about that person being happy. The last thing that you should care about is if that person's going to abandon you or not, simply because they're doing something to make you happy. This is a reason why men don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to have any life experience. They don't want you to have fine dining, prioritize luxury. Go travel or solo travel or be a part of hobbies or extracurricular activities. They don't want to be in competition with something that they fear you would choose over them. Even with children, this is why a lot of men tend to act differently after the woman that they're with has a baby, because they fear. And they actually do see that they're now being abandoned because the woman has no choice but to choose the baby over them. And instead of them deciding to be active and present with the child, that way it frees up more time for the mother, they just are upset over the fact that you're choosing a live human who can't even hold their head up, who can't even feed themselves, who can't even clean up after themselves after they go use the bathroom. And they feel intimidated and jealous by it because they are constantly having to revisit an abandonment wound. As women, it is not our job to shrink ourselves down and to coddle the feelings of men because they refuse to do the internal work of going to therapy to get down to the root of their abandonment issues that their father caused them.